The arena lights dimmed, but the noise did not. A low hum rolled through the crowd, not excitement, not fear, but anticipation. In the center of the ring stood the most dominant champion of the modern era, a man who had built an empire on silence and supremacy. Microphone in hand, eyes steady, posture unshaken. And then the music hit. Not loud at first, just familiar. A ripple became a roar. Because when CM Punk walks into a room, he doesn't just enter. He changes the temperature. And on this night, he wasn't walking into just any room. He was walking into the kingdom of Roman Reigns. And before the night was over, he would leave him speechless. The stage before the storm. Roman Reigns stood in the ring with the calm of a ruler addressing his empire. The championship belt rested over his shoulder, a symbol not just of victory but of sustained dominance. For years, he had defeated challengers, silenced critics, and commanded loyalty. His message was simple: there is no one left. He spoke slowly, deliberately. Every word carried weight. Every pause felt intentional. He wasn't yelling. He didn't need to. Confidence was his volume. But beneath the surface, there was tension in the building. Fans sensed something was coming. Wrestling history has taught us that moments like this rarely remain uninterrupted. And then it happened. The return that shook the arena. CM Punk's entrance wasn't flashy. It didn't need to be. The reaction did the work. The crowd exploded. Chants filled the air. Some fans stood frozen, hands over mouths in disbelief. Others screamed in celebration. Roman Reigns didn't move at first. He didn't smile. He didn't look impressed. But his eyes shifted. That was the first crack. Punk walked to the ring without rushing. His expression was not arrogant, it was focused. He climbed through the ropes, stood across from Roman, and let the crowd speak for him. For nearly a full minute, neither man said a word. And somehow, that silence was louder than any promo. The verbal collision. When Punk finally raised the microphone, he didn't insult Roman. He didn't shout. He didn't posture. He questioned him. He questioned the length of the title reign. He questioned the challengers. He questioned whether Roman had truly faced someone who refused to acknowledge him. The crowd reacted to every line. Roman responded with calm dominance. He reminded Punk that while he was gone, he built a dynasty. While Punk was talking elsewhere, Roman was winning here. The tension was no longer hidden. It was sharp. And then Roman made a mistake. He turned his back. The first strike. It wasn't a sneak attack. It was a statement. Punk stepped forward and tapped Roman's shoulder. When Roman turned, Punk slapped him across the face. The sound echoed through the arena. Gasps, cheers, shock. Roman's expression shifted instantly. Not rage, not fear, offense. No one had done that in years. And just like that, the microphones dropped and the fight began. The match begins, power versus precision. The bell rang quickly as officials scrambled to restore order. Roman charged first. That's what he does, he overwhelms. A heavy shoulder block sent Punk crashing to the mat. Roman followed with mounted strikes, asserting control early. His strength advantage was obvious. Every slam rattled the ring. Punk rolled to the outside to regroup. Roman followed. And the match shifted. Punk used speed and ring awareness. He baited Roman into overcommitting near the barricade, causing him to collide hard with the steel steps. It wasn't reckless, it was calculated. Back in the ring, Punk targeted Roman's legs, chopping him down methodically. This wasn't about power. This was about strategy. Roman Reigns takes control. Roman regained momentum with a thunderous clothesline that flipped the pace of the match again. He slowed things down, using grounded offense to sap Punk's energy. A drive-by dropkick. A heavy slam. A long, deliberate stare. Roman didn't rush his dominance. He wanted the crowd to watch. He attempted a Superman punch early. Punk ducked. Roundhouse kick. 2 count. The crowd was fully invested now. Every near fall raised the volume. Roman, slightly frustrated, adjusted. He signaled for the spear. The arena buzzed. He charged. Punk sidestepped. Roman crashed shoulder first into the turnbuckle. Momentum had shifted again. The middle chapter, psychological warfare. The match slowed, not because they were tired, but because they were thinking. Punk mocked Roman's "acknowledge me" taunt. The crowd erupted. Roman's jaw tightened. Roman responded with raw force, lifting Punk into a powerbomb position, but Punk reversed into a hurricanrana. Near fall. Roman kicked out with authority. Both men were now breathing heavier. This was no longer about dominance. It was about survival. The climax, the spear and the GTS. Roman finally connected with a Superman punch. The impact dropped Punk instantly. He He set up for the spear again. Charged. Connected. The arena shook. 1, 2. Punk kicked out. The reaction was deafening. Roman sat up slowly, disbelief flashing across his face for the first time. He had finished Legends with that move. Punk, barely standing, gestured for Roman to try again. Roman charged a second time. This time Punk countered, lifting Roman onto his shoulders in one fluid motion. Go to sleep. The knee connected cleanly. Roman collapsed. 1, 2. Roman kicked out. Now it was Punk's turn to stare in disbelief. The final turning point. The exhaustion was visible. Sweat, heavy breathing, slower reactions. Roman attempted another Superman punch. Punk blocked and transitioned into a submission hold, wrenching Roman's arm and neck in a tight grip. Roman crawled toward the ropes. The crowd was standing. He reached, but Punk dragged him back to the center. For a brief moment, Roman had nowhere to go. The champion, trapped. His face showed strain. The arena noise blurred into one continuous roar. Roman tried to power out, but the hold tightened. And then something rare happened. Roman didn't tap. He passed out. The referee called for the bell. CM Punk leaves Roman Reigns speechless. When the hold was released, Roman lay still, eyes open but unfocused. Punk stood slowly. The crowd was electric. Roman rolled to the corner, sitting against the turnbuckle, staring ahead. Speechless. Not because he lost the title, but because he had been outmaneuvered, outthought, and outlasted. Punk didn't celebrate wildly. He walked to Roman, extended a hand. Roman looked at it, paused, and didn't take it. Instead, he slowly stood, stared into Punk's eyes, and exited the ring without a word. That silence said everything. What this match meant. This wasn't just a victory. It was a message. Roman Reigns' dominance was built on power and presence. CM Punk disrupted that with unpredictability and resilience. The match told a layered story. Roman tried to impose physical control. Punk forced mental battles. Roman relied on finishers. Punk relied on counters. It was not a squash. It was not interference-driven chaos. It was earned. The psychological fallout. Roman leaving without speaking was more powerful than any promo. For years, he controlled the narrative. On this night, he didn't have words. Punk didn't destroy the empire. He exposed its vulnerability. And that's more dangerous. The crowd's reaction. Fans didn't just cheer. They witnessed a shift. Chants of, "This is awesome," echoed long after the match ended. Social media exploded. Debates began instantly. Was this the beginning of the end for Roman's dominance? Or just the start of a deeper rivalry? Final reflection. Some matches are remembered for titles. Some for brutality. Some for surprise. This one will be remembered for silence. For the first time in a long time, Roman Reigns stood without answers. And CM Punk, he didn't just win, he made the tribal chief speechless. And in professional wrestling, sometimes silence is louder than victory.